What's up, amigos? Here's my Sorceress guide to 20. It took me about an hour and 34 minutes, which was about 20 minutes less than my Rogue. Surprisingly, Sorceress still has great AoE clear, which is fantastic for what we're doing here with dungeon and event farming. So, I used Arc Lash, Enhanced Arc Lash, into Chain Lightning. I put 5 points in the Chain Lightning, as this is going to be our main ability while we're clearing through the dungeon. I also chose Enhanced Chain Lightning, Greater Chain Lightning, and for our defensive layer, I chose Ice Armor and Frost Nova. And I put a point into Hydra when I could, and a point into Enhanced Hydra. The rest of the points you can really just allocate wherever you want. It's more of a personal preference. So a step-by-step guide would be, step 1, you want to rush to Kyovashad, which means you gotta do the intro quest line. You cannot skip any part, but it's important to note, once you get to the Hermit part, make sure you pick up all the berries on your way to Hermit's house, and the 3 outside of Hermit's house. Step 2, you want to accept the Menestad Monk quest once you enter Kyovashad, and after doing the quest for Lorath, do the Guards quest near the World Tier statue. This is where you go to the indicated circle, open the emote wheel, and cheer. After you do this, talk to Mother Prava to progress the main storyline, and after you do the Guards quest plus Prava progression, you should be about level 6 or close to it. Now after you finish talking to Prava and advance the storyline, you should open your inventory and open the goodie bag filled with additional herbs and crafting materials that you got from the Guards quest. For step 4, you want to make sure that you go to the Alchemist, southeast part of Kyovashad, and craft your first elixir. Now for step 5, you're going to make your way to the Menestad Monk, but before you go on the main road, make sure you hook right out of the northern entrance of Kyovashad and see if the event is there. If the event is up, make sure to do it. Now once you make it to the Monk, grab the letter, make your way to Menestad, turn it in, and go to the northern entrance of Menestad. Step 6. We are going to focus on the dungeon Forbidden City. It's located right above Menestad's northern entrance, and as you hook right, there's a good chance that there is an event on your way up to the dungeon. Now the reason I chose this is because the Server Slam servers opened. 3 dungeons that people were talking about, they were already having problems with them. There was an official blue post about 20 minutes before the servers launched. So I opened up the interactive map over on Map Genie, and I chose Forbidden City because it was closest to the city and it had a couple events in between. So this is what we focus on in the journey from 1 to 20 here. You want to make sure that you're mob farming, dungeon clearing, and you don't do the dungeon boss actually in Forbidden City. It's a total waste of time. You just want to clear the dungeon and kill the most mobs that you can, and make sure to pop your elixir if you are in front of the events or if you're doing the dungeons. Now after you do a couple of dungeons, you should make sure that you keep an eye on your elixir and make sure you keep an eye on how many mats that you need. If you need mats, if you go outside the northern entrance of Menestad, there are a couple berry bushes up there to craft more elixirs in Kyovashad. Once you complete the dungeon, they do have a new feature. As of the last beta feedback, they made a bunch of changes, and the dungeons don't reset until 60 seconds. So, once you complete the dungeon, you can open your emote wheel, leave dungeon, and what I was doing is I was going back to Kyovashad, selling my stuff, looking through loot, and going out through the northern entrance again to see if the event was up. If the event was not up, I would actually sometimes check outside to the left of the northern entrance and see if there was a couple elites there. A few goat packs could spawn with a couple elites that would just chain pull. After that, I would go and teleport back to Menestad and rinse and repeat. So this process took me again an hour and 34 minutes on my Sorceress, which was 20 minutes less than my Rogue. It is worth noting that sometimes you'll have to detour, like I was talking about with the goat packs, if there's no luck on your side with the events. And this is mainly because you can reset the reset timer in the dungeons. So if you go on there before the 60 to 80 second time, you can actually just kind of screw yourself and have to wait even longer. And that's it. I hope you enjoy your Server Slam weekend and your brand new Wolfpack Pup cosmetic and title, and good luck on your Ashava kills. And don't be like me and forget to go to World Tier 1 on Ashava. It's almost impossible to do it on World Tier 2. So until next time, amigos, take care.